Let's go there live now. We find our reporter, senior reporter, Aviwe Mtila. He's following that story for us. Aviwe, let's start with how many people have registered to vote so far.
26.2 million is the official number of registered people, Maseko, but we do understand that those who have recently registered online are over 1 million, with the majority of them being youth aged between 20 to 25. We do know, of course, the physical registration is also taking place on the 18th to the 19th of November. That's the first phase, where we were told here just earlier on that at least around 23,269 voting stations are already ready. In fact, over the weekend on the 28th of October, on Saturday, they'll be doing a dry run in preparation of the actual elections. We do know that the IEC says it's ready for the 7th democratic elections. In fact, on the 30th year of democratic South Africa. Just to get more reaction now, I am joined by the leader of the Patriotic Alliance. That's Gayton Mackenzie. Thank you for joining us at eNCA, Gayton. But IEC says it's ready. What's your take?
I must tell you, I'm very impressed. I'm very impressed with IEC. I must congratulate them. They've shot the lights out. They are ready. I believe them. I've tested most of the stuff. They gave us numbers here, and I want to say to the IEC, well done. There's just one area they need to zoom in that I think they are failing a bit. It is they need to spend more money on verifying IDs, because we have a lot of illegal foreigners that are planning to vote here, and they need to zoom in on that.
Okay, then in terms of your own strategy ahead of the elections, you're not part of the so-called Moon Pact, as we do understand that we are told of the advent of coalition governance on the 30th year of democracy. What's the plan and your strategies as a Patriotic Alliance?
I think, firstly, anybody that tells you there's not going to be a coalition is not worth listening to. The moonshot, no, let them go to the moon. We are here on Earth. We are our feet grounded. They'll go to the moon. When they come back, they will find out to be the kingmakers in 2024. The Patriotic Alliance is the fastest growing political party, proven in South Africa. We were a breakout party in 2021. And this time, we are definitely going to do better. We are going there to that parliament to bring some law and order there.
Okay, I want your sentiments as well, as I've been gauging from other political parties, just on some of what has been shared, even by former leader Thabo Mbeki, who suggests that the failure of governance has led to private sector coming in and delivering those services that were actually supposed to be delivered by government. Is this now the future of how things ought to be in South Africa?
No, it's not a future. You must understand, as a businessman myself, the ideology of business is profit. Business has no other ideology. The ideology, business gets formed for profit. Don't listen to nonsense people tell you. Now you can't leave the whole population in the hands of people with one ideology, which is profit. We must not judge the inability of the ANC to run the state properly on our future. The future, the PA will be in that future, and will show them how power looks like. How do you look after citizens? It's an indictment that 18 million people are on welfare. It's not something to celebrate. We should be ashamed of that. That's a third of your population. We are the richest country, arguably, in the world. Arguably in the world. We have minerals. We need to give people money, not as charity, but as dividends for what they have underground. We cannot judge our future with what the ANC is doing. The ANC has had a chance. They had 30 years. Japan was built in 10 years. Dubai in 25 years. What are we still talking about? Apartheid, blaming apartheid. Apartheid was a crime against humanity. But we can't forever blame apartheid. Vote for the PA, because we will do the top three things. We will bring God back. We will mass deport all illegal immigrants, all of them. We will make sure you must have a special skill. How can Zimbabweans have jobs here now? People don't have jobs. We will bring God back into our lives.
All right, and then maybe lastly, the last question, parting one, of course, just on governance itself. What will you do differently, and are you suggesting that you're going into these coalitions as a coalition partner, also independent candidates, first time in these 2024 elections?
Well, you see, the independent candidates, I don't think they're going to have a dent in this thing. Everybody's talking independent candidates. We've grown very organically. We are not a two-minute noodles parties. We grew organically. So this independence, I don't think really they will make much of an impact. I think it will be the top 7 parties in South Africa, which we are part of the top 7 parties in this country. I can tell you that we are going to change how South Africa look. We are going to show them this is how you govern. We are going to bring law and order back. Everybody does what they want to do in this country. We are the jumping castle of the world. Everybody comes and play here. We are going to bring law and order back. You kill somebody, you get killed. We must bring back the death penalty. We are not going to discuss things with people here that don't understand. Our communities, our constituencies, people are dying every day in Langa, in Guguletu, in Menenberg. How can we still come and talk, oh, do we need a death penalty? There's already the death penalty, but only of innocent people. We now want the criminals also, and we're going to make it easier for people to own guns. You know, this thing where they take guns from legal people and they give criminals guns easily. No, 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 no. All the guns of the cops end up in the hands of criminals. We're going to make it very easy. If somebody comes into your house, shoot him.
All right, Gayton Mackenzie there with those strong, pointed views. Of course, as he says that the Patriotic Alliance will be the kingmakers come 2024 in the national and the provincial elections. Let me just bring in one more guest from Al Jamaa. Thank you for joining us at eNCA. But let's talk then of what we're hearing from the IEC. They're saying that they're giving the elections a green light. They're ready. Your take is Al Jamaa.
No, absolutely, I agree. I'm happy that they're all ready, and I'm sure we'll have a free and fair elections next year. But from the perspective of the communities, I think it's, you know, they say small packages, small dynamite comes in packages. You know, so presently what's happening at the moment is that the city of Johannesburg is being run by what we call a small party, but it's dynamite. So Al Jamaa is going to make a difference in the coming elections, and we're pretty confident and we trust that the communities will support us, seeing that, you know, we've taken over the city of Johannesburg in terms of being the ruling party, running as the mayor in the city of Johannesburg. And I'm sure that the residents in South Africa will now realize the importance of having a party like Al Jamaa to be voting for.
That's come under a lot of criticism, what you actually mentioned, where the smaller parties come out tops in the advent of coalition governance, as we're seeing in Johannesburg, with one seat becoming, you know, a mayor that governs the economic hub of the country. Is that some of what you hope will happen in the national sphere of things, as we are told we're most likely to go to the advent of coalition governance in a national broader context?
No, thank you very much. Dynamite comes in small packages, and Al Jamaa is going to make that huge difference that you're talking about. The democracy is leading in a way of coalitions. Many of the bigger parties are diluting in terms of numbers, and that's where the opportunity comes for community to then choose democratically the right party as a choice.
But democratically, if you are choosing the right party, the voters will suggest that the numbers should favor then the political party that's in charge.
Yes, but remember, in terms of the coalitions, what's happening presently, you can literally foresee the diluting of the numbers in many of the bigger parties, and hence it's moving into the coalition manner that is moving forward towards. So I think, yes, you know, it's going to make a difference. The political dynamics is going to change in the South African context in terms of the democracy, and I'm pretty confident that, you know, the parties that stand up for, as I said earlier, righteousness, conscientiousness, good leadership, integrity, no corruption, good leadership, ensuring there's accountability, and most of all, service delivery. And that's what our people need here in South Africa.
And then if you do emerge, as in Johannesburg, we've seen the mayor coming from Al Jamaa, would it be concerning then the power that your other coalition partners have to your governance and how you govern? Would it be a free governance, or would it be at the behest of the people that put you in power, essentially?
I think it's the people that put us in power, and we should, you know, lead with governance in a way that people are satisfied with service delivery, as I said earlier, and their challenges are being attended to. We see there's many challenges in South Africa, and we're hoping that with the strength of the community, you know, assisting to ensure that we have a free democracy, to ensure that they have good leaders and they identify good leaders, whether it be individuals, whether it be smaller parties, whether it be bigger parties. The civil society should dictate the manner in which leadership should be in this country.
All right, thank you very much. Imran Musa there from Al Jamaa, of course, who has the mayoral seat in the city of Johannesburg with probably the most least seats in the city of Johannesburg. They hope that that will play out in the national scheme of things, where we are told we are most likely going to go into the advent of coalition governance when it comes to a national as well as provincial government.